I'm addictive and expensive. Byron Wilcott. And I'm watching WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFXTV. I'm the WrestleGamer, Double Beam Only Joe. Got a couple of people introducing you. First off, from the trilogy, he is the GCW Extreme Zero Gravity Champion. The Messiah of the Mat, your personal wrestling Jesus, Ashton Spears. Mr. Spears, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, broski. And just for the record, I'm not the only member of the trilogy because the greatest heavyweight champion in today's business, Billy, you do the numbers, bully of the year himself.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is the new GCW Heavyweight Champion. The big mother trucker himself. Trucker Jones is here. Mr. Jones, how you doing?
Good to be on the show, Billy. What's up, broski?
Oh, I'm chilling, man, bro. How's it hanging out in Alabama, dude? You cool?
Oh, yeah. It's always straight over here.
Dude, California's getting hot. Woo!
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, on Cox Sports Television this past weekend debuted a new wrestling program by the name of Traditional Championship Wrestling. Now, Mr. Spears, for those of us who are not familiar with the promotion of Traditional Championship Wrestling, what can you tell us about the background of this company?
Basically, it was started by a guy named Matt Riveria, who kind of was like the Miz. You know, he was pretty much a reality TV star who decided he was a wrestling fan and wanted to get in it. He's got a lot of money backing up. Of course, his gimmick's 5.5, so he's estimated it worth about $5 million. And it really started off as a small indie promotion that he was hoping to get bigger because I don't know if he had a WWE tryout. I don't know that information, or a TNA tryout. I just know that pretty much the only feds he was really wrestling for that was a bigger indie fed was his. And I think now he's booked with some Bayou thing in Homer called ECW or something like that.
Oh, no, don't call him ECW. Remember, they get offended if you do that.
Well, that's why I just did it.
Oh. Now, we open up the show in the middle of a storyline. Apparently now Steve Anthony has been approached by Matt Riviera wanting him to join the Empire. Steve Anthony, to me, in a very lackluster style of promo, showing no emotion whatsoever, kind of turned him down. And then the gentleman who I assumed to be John Saxton, his tag team partner, came out to support him and only had like 30 seconds of dialogue. And Mr. Jones, I gotta ask you, do you think it was kind of a big mistake for a new company such as TCW to debut on TV and not give any background information as to what the storyline is?
Of course, because, I mean, if you look at any federation that starts out on TV, if they're doing a current storyline, they usually introduce you to it and kind of give you a little bit of what's going on. They failed to do that. And I think that he actually did a promo with probably one of the worst promo guys in the company, because as far as Steve with his work, I put him over for that 100% all the time. But he sounded like a damn robot.
Yeah, definitely.
Saxon instead of Anthony, I think it would have went better. But the move that they did just showed that they really have no direction as far as what they're trying to accomplish.
And if I could add to that, Steve Anthony, by far, I've wrestled him. Trucker, I know you've had some couple of things to do with him. Steve Anthony is one of the best in-ring workers that I've seen in person. And for them, the booker, to sit up here and to put him in that situation where Steve's really not a great promo cutter. You know, I don't understand that at all. When Saxon can talk and you only give him 30 seconds, I didn't get that at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bay Area MVP known as Will is here. Will, I want to ask you this. Speaking from a wrestling fan's perspective, if you're viewing a brand new company on your TV, how important is it to you that you actually get some background information on this new show, like like what the storyline is, instead of just being immediately thrust into a storyline expecting to follow it?
Well, I think it's very important, Billy, to know what the company and what it's about, because they're not just going to throw anything just on TV and we're supposed to be amazed by what the product is. I mean, whenever you debut something, you want to know what it's about. Will it benefit? Will the viewers love it? Will they hate it? So, for all this, I would believe that we should get as much background info as possible, so for future viewing we will know as fans if we like it or not. This is how it works every time.
Prime example of that would be when ECW actually debuted on TNN. Now, yes, ECW been on the airs in Philadelphia in that northern states, for years and years. But when they debuted on TNN, the one thing I loved about it the most is their very first episode. I actually remember it to date. They actually introduced members of their roster instead of thrusting fans into the middle of a storyline, which to me was actually a very smart thing to do, even though TNN ended up screwing them uh, in the long run. But anyway, let's the opening promo for TCW. I got to go a lackluster 2.5 out of 5. I mean, from what I heard, I probably prefer John Saxon's 30 seconds of dialogue to what Steve Anthony had to set during the entire promo. Now, Mr. Spears, now on to this match, and something you said before in the past, that you're not very big on Steve Anthony's promo work, but his in-ring work you have a very different opinion on.
Oh, definitely, man. I'll say this. Steve Anthony, in my opinion, and wrestling, that's what people don't understand. We all have opinions. None of this is 100% fact. And Steve Anthony is definitely one of the best in-ring workers I have ever wrestled or seen. And I put it this way, everybody knows I've been open. Trucker will tell you this. I'm not a pro wrestler. I'm a sports entertainer. With that being said, I am okay in the ring, but excel at the promo and entertainment side. And Steve Anthony's used to making people like me look great in the ring. And when I seen this match, wow, because it was botchamania and it wasn't Steve Anthony's fault.
Yeah, Steve Anthony took on a man known as Brett Barnes from a team known as Genetic Perfection. Now, what really puzzled me is what happened before the match. They were actually backstage, and their manager, who goes by the name of Rich Rude, looked like he was wearing a flower dress from the waist down, and when they were backstage, he was shaving his legs. I don't understand that at all, but anyway, Brett Barnes, to me, he had a good look, but I would think with some more training, Trucker Jones, that Brett Barnes would probably have a good future in the wrestling industry, but he just needs to work at it just a bit more.
Yeah, of course, because I mean, like you said, he got a body. He got the look that a lot of these companies are looking for. But as far as his work ethic, he got maybe a couple of moves that looked decent. Every time he went for a big move, he screwed it up. And like Ashton said, if Steve Anthony can't cover it up, you got no chance in hell.
Yes, definitely.
And
Steve,
hopefully Vince don't try to copy me right on that, because I mean that's just how I feel.
well, Steve Anthony does get the victory over Brett Barnes, but then we get another member of Genetic Perfection coming in and attacking Steve Anthony, the old-fashioned trilogy-style 2-on-1 beatdown, and then we get John Sexton coming in to make the save. And now, if you're booking properly and you're booking smartly, then one person would have to assume that we see John Saxton taking on the other member of Genetic Perfection next week on their next show. But then again, this is TCW we're talking about. And speaking of TCW, I'm going to go ahead and give that matchup. I'm going to say I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, Mr. Spears. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
Well, I'll agree with you like this. I'll say this. It was better than a lot of other matches I've seen on their online show. But man, I was just so disappointed because I know what Steve Anthony can do. So I'll agree with you totally, Bill.
Well, Trucker Jones up next. This is what really threw me out of confusion. I mean, we open up with a less than stellar promo. Then we see a guy who looks like he's wearing a dress shaving his legs. And then next up for this matchup, it's Matt Riviera taking on Angel. Now, this is what I don't understand and what kind of frustrated me about the show at this time, because they gave no background information as to what this gimmick is, the story behind it. Matt Riviera came out with his therapist, who goes by the name of Dr. James Cobb, who was also holding a giant teddy bear by the name of Bobo. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, are we back to the 1980s with NWA?
God. All right, what I'm about to say is gonna make sure I'll probably never get booked with TCW, but oh well. I don't care.
Hey, trucker, they wasn't calling us anyway, brother.
Oh yeah, brother.
Brother.
As far as the
Cousin.
promo, like you said, Billy, it made no sense as the way they introduced Matt Riviera. What was the whole point? Why wearing a damn zebra do-rag with a piece of shit fake chain and a zebra jacket with a teddy bear and a sight shrink, whatever you want to call him, going against this little bitty toothpick guy that looked like Ashton Spears, but a little bit taller with tights.
Hey now, hey. I'm
Hey,
sensitive about my weight.
Better to have the company, so don't worry about it.
I'm sensitive about my weight.
What I gotta say about the match is, I hear from people saying how, oh, Matt Riviera, he's a good person. Bull fucking shit. That motherfucker can't work his way out of a wet paper bag, even if you told him how. I mean, his ring position was off by far, out of this world, because he was nowheres in the middle where everything's supposed to be.
Hey, trucker, excuse me, trucker, hold on. Let me give you the shovel. Hold on. Okay, here you go, bro.
No, I got a backhoe. Forget the shovel. Oh, all I gotta say is I know who trained Matt Riviera. I'm not gonna say it because I ran into him before and I never had a problem with the guy. But apparently he stole Matt Riviera's money. That motherfucker can't work worth the shit. He run the ropes like he's a little girl. Made no sense. And then at the end of the match, whenever there was he gets this weird just regular wrist lock and the guy tapped. Now the thing I'm knocking is that the guy legitimately hurt his leg. We all seen that. We all seen on TV that happened. But if you're more focused about putting the crowd over, putting the match over itself, why not you sell your arm like it was supposed to be and not your leg that's legitimately hurt? Put over the company, put over product. Don't go into the business for yourself unless you're Ashton Spears. But yeah, I mean, that match was, I gotta say, was the worst match I ever seen since I've been wrestling, and I've seen some pretty terrible matches. I mean, I could name a bunch of them from FTW, and I could name a few from other companies, but that was by far the worst product I ever seen.
But trucker, hold on. If I can interrupt you for 1 second, brother. At least he's not lying and saying he was in Mid-South and trained by people. At least he admits what he is, you know?
For the most part.
Yeah.
But this match overall, I'll give it a 1 because a 1 out of 10 really, because it was just, there was no psychology. The guy got all this money. He's supposed to be 5.5 mil, and he says that whenever they introduce him, Mr. 5.5, but he dressed like a hobo from down the street or from down in Homer that don't make any sense, that don't look like a legitimate wrestler whatsoever. I mean, yeah, I'm a fat ass, don't get me wrong. I weigh 300 pounds. But you know what? When I'm in that ring and my gear matches my gimmick, I'm a wrestler. I'm not somebody that just threw some tights on and some boots and think he could wrestle because he paid his way to get in.
Now, at this point in the show, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking, okay, we've seen two incredibly, one subpar match and one incredibly bad match. And at this point in time, there was like, okay, there's nothing in this world that they could show next that would make me want to watch this program come the following week. Until we see Lance Hoyt, the
Oh shit!
American
Oh my god!
the
Stop!
American Psycho.
Don't
Lance
say his name.
Lance Hoyt defending the TCW Heavyweight Championship, and I also like the fact they actually let him bring out the IWGP Tag Team title out there with him. But he was defending the title against the man formerly known as Chris Masters, aka Chris Adonis, and Mr. Spears. I gotta say, right off the bat, this match saved the show for me.
Oh, definitely, man. I'll say this. And this is a shoot, so I'm gonna kill the gimmick. Lance Hoyt and Chris Adonis saved any chance, in my opinion, that TCW had for the fans to tune in again. Because if I'll try. Me and Trucker try watching this as fans, not as workers. It's hard, but we tried. And before they ran on, that was one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. And it's not Steve Anthony's fault. It might not even be some of the other guys' fault. In the long run, you got to blame the guy who's booking everything and pulling the strings. It's a
Brother.
booker's job to, like, in other words, for all you people who really don't understand what I mean is, Trucker is a great in-ring competitor. I'm more of a sports entertainer. A booker's job is to put me in the ring with people like Trucker Jones to hide the fact that I'm not Chris Benoit or Kurt Angle. Let Trucker lead me, let me do my entertainment, put it together. You have a great match, great heat. Well, in this instance, they should call Lance Hoyt and Chris Adonis Jesus and God because he fucking saved TCW. That's all I'm gonna say. That Billy, I rate this match 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, Trucker Jones. On this show, it was my first opportunity to see the new version of Chris Masters, aka Chris Adonis. Now, as great as the match was, and by the way, the commentary of Matt Rhodes and I forget the other guy's name, but they did a phenomenal job. You know, me speaking from being a commentator for 5 years, they've had a great mix of storytelling and in-ring action, and that's what you always got to have to be a good commentator, in my personal opinion. You knowing how to balance that equation of storytelling and calling the wrestling action. And in WWE, in my personal mind, they just freaking lost it. But anyway, now as far as this match goes, the matchup was great. My only little gripe, and it's an itty bitty one, Trucker Jones, when it comes to Chris Adonis, is wouldn't it have made more sense to have his gear with the initials of CA instead of his old gear with the initials of CM on it?
Well, yeah, I mean, as far as like I said before, if you are the gimmick, you got to play the gimmick. I mean, that'd be just like if Lance Hoyt would have went out there with his Lance Archer gimmick that he had in WWE. It made no sense whatsoever, even though he is Lance Archer in New Japan. That's what he goes by. But like you said, Billy, it doesn't make sense as far as the gimmick, but as far as the match itself, it saved the product because
I agree.
everything before that, the company was on life support. And when they came in, they had their match. They gave it a breath of fresh air a little bit. I mean, that match was your typical WWE/TNA televised match. They knew exactly what they're doing because they've been to that level. They was on that level. They know how to work. They work to each other's advantages. They put each other over and not worried about one or the other. Unlike what the other people did on the first two matches, they worried about themselves. They didn't worry about putting over their opponent on each side.
Yeah, but if I could say something, Trucker,
saved it.
if I could say something, bro, if you notice, the first two matches remind you of some certain Christians in a certain organization that runs in Elton, that they're not worried about the whole show. They're only worried about an Iraqi character, a Mexican character, and two fake Christian characters.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like I said, them two saved that product. I mean, I know Ashton's scared to death of Lance. I don't know why. I mean, he's only 6'9". He ain't like he's giant.
I'm
I'm,
so dead.
bro, you're the one that wants to talk noise about it. I told her, I asked you, are you sure? You want to keep running your mouth.
Dude, I thought you were talking about Lance Cade. I didn't know Lance Cade was dead.
Dude,
And
Lance Cade's 6 feet under, not 6 feet over.
oh, that's what you meant. My bad.
Even though I
Oh,
gotta say, hold on, Lance Cade, I met him in Texas, and he the one that I got my finishing move from because he told me I could use it. So I'm putting that on record.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, my official score for traditional championship wrestling for the week of June 7th, 2013, against a very solid 3 out of 5. The opening promo, like I said before, Steve Anthony, my first chance getting to see him, I wasn't very impressed, neither with Matt Riviera. And I've heard a lot of stuff about Matt Riviera being a great promo worker, and he just really didn't sell it to me on that point. The matchup with Steve Anthony and Brett Barnes, it was kind of botchamania, but Steve Anthony, to me, kind of excelled more in the in-ring capacity than he did on the promo. And like I said before, if they're booking smart over there, John Saxton should take on another member of Genetic Perfection on the next show. But then again, that's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, because I've never been a booker or a promoter. I'm just strictly speaking as a wrestling commentator and a fan and a guy who has been reviewing wrestling for the past 3 years. And Matt Riviera and Angel. What the fuck did we see with that? I mean, good God. You come out with a Teddy. Honestly, if Matt Riviera ever takes a booking down in our area, and I'm going to strictly say this as a professional person, but if he comes out with that teddy bear, I'm going to look him eye to eye and say, what the fuck, dude? Seriously? A teddy bear? For God's sakes, I mean, it's like insulting the fans' intelligence to come out with a giant ass teddy bear for no reason whatsoever.
can I say something, Billy?
Go ahead.
If you look at you said it right yourself. The problem with certain companies is that the pen is mightier than the sword. The booker, which is called the pen, a lot of times they're so caught up in putting themselves over, especially if they're a worker, or their friends over, like a fight club or something, that they lose sight of the whole product. Matt Riviera probably has great intentions, and me and Trucker do not want TCW to fail. Our broski Scott's there, dude. You got other Louisiana people there. We want this product to build. Why? Not for me and Trucker Jones, because me and Trucker Jones would never get booked there because we're too outspoken. But if that gets attention,
Well, I'm too fat, remember? So I mean, they're not going to take me because of that.
yeah, and I'm too anorexic.
What about that large dude that's in Genetic Perfection?
Thank you, Billy, for bringing that up. I thought I wasn't the only one that seen that, but I appreciate the compliment.
hey, we big guys got to stick together there, Trucker.
See, that's what I mean. Where's my skinny tag team partner? Ain't nobody with bulimic. There's no bulimic wrestlers. Jesus
well, yeah,
Christ.
he put over Matt Riviera, remember?
No, dude, that was a teddy bear that was bulimic.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, definitely. But I want to say this: at this point in the show, I wasn't gonna watch the next week's show until the main event with Lance Hoyt and Chris Adonis. I thought it was a great match. The commentators throughout the entire show were great to me, in my personal opinion. And like I said, the main event saved the show. It gave me that feeling like, okay, if they can save the show with a great match like Chris Adonis and Lance Hoyt, I just want to see how they go from here. I mean, how can they really take it from there? Because you finished with a great match. You started with a crappy promo, a subpar match, an even worse match, but you saved with a great main event. So I want to see how TCW takes it from there. So Trucker Jones, for me, officially overall, it's a 3 out of 5 for me. What are your thoughts?
Me personally, I give it a, a 2, just because it was only one match. And if you're going to rely on just one match to save your product every time, it's a sinking ship. It's the Titanic. It's
Yep.
going to go down. But, I mean, I just watched it. Like I said, at first I watched it from a worker standpoint and disliked it. Then I DVR'd it, of course. I rewinded it and sat down and watched it from a fan perspective. And I was like, I was lost. I was like, why would I want to watch this again? Why? Why would I even waste my time? I could be doing other things, playing my Xbox, I mean, banging a chick, something, than watching this product. And I'll say this for the record, I would put any GCW or OWE product against that, what they displayed. And I feel them two companies outshine TCW like a bright shining star, just like Rick Star.
Well, I got a question for you, Billy.
Yes.
And you know we don't bullshit each other. If I ask you your opinion, you're honest, and I do the same with you. If you see the Gulf Coast Wrestling show, the last one when Trucker won the title, you compare that show to TCW. What do you think is the best product?
Hands down, GCW. Hands down. I mean, like I said, you open up with a subpar promo, followed by the same kind of level match. Then you get an even worse match where the dude comes out with a giant ass teddy bear. But then you only have one really good match that actually saved the product that week. But then you take a look at GCW and every match, great match, great match, great match, great match, great promo, great match. You know, the fans were vested in it. The fans are interested in it. If you're watching it from a fan's perspective for the first time and you're getting no background information into any of the story angles, any of the storylines, any of the wrestlers. I mean, strictly speaking, from a fan's perspective, how are you supposed to follow that? How are you supposed to get emotionally vested in this product if you don't know what's going on? I mean, who's the Empire? Who's Matt Riviera? Who's Steve Anthony? I mean, who's Angel? We all know who Lance Hoyt and Chris Adonis is. They've made a name for themselves in other companies, but we've never heard of any of these guys. You've never heard of Brett Barnes, of a Rich Root, or a Genetic Perfection. I mean, how are we supposed to follow that product? Now, we have fans in GCW who are actually uh, really interested in it from a fan's perspective because they are longtime fans of GCW. They know everybody there. They know all the storylines. They follow it religiously. And to me, I think that's why GCW has a better product right now than TCW. I guarantee you, when I put GCW on the air on a KBN open channel, hint hint, that's gonna be coming soon, and fans know about it and they see that, they're gonna want to watch that. They're not going to watch a storyline where people, when you watch a promotion like TCW and they don't even introduce anybody. I mean, I had to learn who the guys were from the commentators during the first match. I mean, I'm looking on the screen, I'm seeing one dude with a beard coming up to another dude with a beard. I mean, who are these two guys? Then I hear the names Matt and Steve. Okay, all right, that's good. Your names are Matt and Steve. Who the fuck are you? I
Thank
mean,
you.
but
Thank you.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and my problem with it is this too, Billy. If that was GCW, when we do the show, when we're talking about the trilogy, we're going to talk about the conception of the trilogy, and we're going to also talk about the new version of the trilogy. You know,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But overall score for you, Mr. Spears, for TCW for the week of June 7th, 2013.
I'm going to go a little bit higher than Trucker. I'm going to go like you, 3 out of 5. But for the match we talked about, and because man, Steve Anthony came, and you could tell he was trying to save the show, and I just can't see not giving him credit for trying to put a match on his back. So 3 out of 5 for me, Bill.
All right, so we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on this brand new promotion, traditional championship wrestling, from I believe it's based out of Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. The trilogy, Ashton Spears and Trucker Jones. With the Spears, where can fans go to see more of the trilogy online?
Of course, you can. I don't have a Facebook because, frankly, I hate people. So, you can always go to The Trilogy. It's a Facebook page. Lucas controls it. You can also go to Lucas Spielberg's Facebook page. You can go to Trucker Jones's Facebook page. You can also go to our YouTube channel. Our main YouTube channel is Lucas Spielberg. We have over 20,000 views of our videos currently, and you can also check out the Ashton Spears channel. Also, some of my matches are on the greatest radio station and TV internet station, WGS-TV. Ooh, that was a lot of work.
And y'all might want to check out our next promo because it's going to be pretty interesting, huh, Ashton?
Yeah, we're shooting all over everybody. Fuck them.
And also,
so you shooting on Lance Hoyt?
That's not funny, Trucker.
I mean, dude, I got his number. I could call him if you want.
I'm scared.
I think Trucker's right now using a backhoe to dig out Ashton Spears' grave.
I'm trying to use a bulldozer to finish it off.
You asshole.
I'd also like to thank our InstaGive game show guru, Bay Area MVP, for mediating this conversation for us. Will, you got anything coming up?
Nothing really up this week, but just getting prepared for WWE Payback. And of course, Raw, TNA, and SmackDown all this week. So all that mess. So yeah, pretty much.
Fans, also don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So for the GCW Zero Gravity Extreme Champion, whether you flip-flop it forward or backwards, it's still the same thing. Ashton Spears and the GCW Heavyweight Champion, the Big Mo, the Trucker Jones, and our friend from the Bay Area, Will. I'm the Wrestle Gamer, Double B Billy Boudreaux, saying thank you very much for watching. We'd also like to remind everyone that Gulf Coast Wrestling presents the Rock in the House weekend with our very special guests, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. Friday, June 28th at the Station Bar and Grill in Broussard, Louisiana. Saturday, June 29th at the KC Hall in Plaquemine, Louisiana. And Sunday, June 30th at the American Legion Hall in Abbeville, Louisiana. For more information on these shows, please call 337-251-0546 or visit gcw-gulfcoastwrestling.com. Tonight's commentary also provided by the new charity Get Ashton Spears to Trucker Jones Barbecue.
Wow. All I'm going to say is this. The new sponsor for this show is please get me burial insurance because Trucker Jones just fucking killed me by signing a contract against Lance fucking Archer. I appreciate you, brother.
No problem, brother.
All right, cousin.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm John Saxon, and I've been on top of this damn business for 25
No.
years.
We're trying to get booked with them. Stop.
Dude, we just buried him. Oh, wait. Did I?
Oh, yeah, he's the booker. My bad.
Oh, we let that slip. My bad.
Stoke answers. Stoke answers. Stoke answers. Stoke answers. Spiritual medium. Stoke answers. Stoke answers. I'm Haley. Ring rose. Stoke answers.
My name's Andrew Weatherall.
Spiritual medium. Stoke answers.